What's up guys, this is your boy HBHQ over here back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile, and in this video we will be dissecting and analyzing Raven, and Raven's official stats has been released by Injustice 2 Mobile, and we are going to deep dive into the passive, the special abilities of Raven in this video. With that being said, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with new Injustice 2 content as well as content for YouTube growth as well. So with that being said, let's get started with this video. So let me just zoom in a bit. So we have the first passive, which is Darkness Fall. So let's read out this passive, what it says and what I can interpret from the passive. Successful specials used by Raven remove active buffs from an opponent and inflict darkness, increasing all incoming damage. So that is the first line that is written about Darkness Fall, which is the first passive. So active buffs on an opponent, it really doesn't matter because in like raids, in solo raids, be it in league raids, there is no active buff which immediately comes to my mind which is there in the opponent. In arena, an opponent might have an active buff, but then again, it's very easy to fight arena battles. It's not at all difficult. So my concentration here will be more with respect to raids, and so as a result, like I believe, like this active buff is, the line is just there to kind of increase the special description, I'll say. But yeah, the next point, inflict darkness and increasing all incoming damage. So this is definitely an essential part of this passive, and let's read further into the passive here. Upon activating super move, Raven increases her attack for each stack of darkness on the active opponent for the duration of the battle. So this is something very crucial and interesting point to look at. So Raven increases her attack for each stack of darkness. So every time you use a special ability from Raven, you're gonna inflict darkness. So this is something similar to what we have as a lethal attack damage when we are using the Batman Ninja team, or like increasing the attack when we are using Black Manta. But instead of the basics being like increasing the attack here, it happens only after you use a special. So this is a key difference that is there with respect to how the lethal stacks work compared to how this particular stack of darkness work over here for Raven. So with that being said, let's read further into the details. 25 seconds of darkness on successful specials. Darkness, all incoming attacks targeting this hero deal 120% more damage, stacks up to 5 times, which means after 5 special abilities, you are gonna get 600% more damage, and 600% more damage across special abilities as well as basic attacks. That is what this indicates, which is something similar to what KOM, that is King of Atlantis Aquaman, have. That is 600% damage boost. So technically you are doing this as well with special. So this is like, I'll say, this is kind of masqueraded way of telling like his Raven, rather she's gonna get like 600% damage. So this is what I interpret, and 25 seconds of darkness on successful special. So this is something interesting. What does this timer indicate? So this timer indicates the duration for which the darkness is gonna remain. So this means like that stack that we have done on the opponent, will that go off once the 25 seconds is over for a special ability. So let's break this down in an easier way. Say for example, at 2 minute 50-second mark of like your battle, so the battle is consisting of 3 minutes, and 2 minute 50 seconds of the battle, you do a special ability 1, say from Raven. And once you do a special ability 1, you are gonna get a darkness getting stacked on, and that will remain for 25 seconds, which means till 2 minutes and 25th second remaining of the battle that you are gonna get this darkness like applied on the opponent, and Raven is gonna benefit from the passive. So now the next special, there will be a delay in you doing the special. So after you do the next special, you are gonna get the like the second stack. So every time you do a special, the stack will remain. So technically, this is a combination of all blades as well. So where once you tag in and tag out, you're gonna get a stack of all blades for 30 seconds. Similarly, every time you do a special, it's gonna stack up that the darkness, and it will be there for 25 seconds. So what does basically this mean? So technically, like after your 5 stacks are there, you are gonna have 5 stacks throughout the battle, because you are gonna have 5 stacks throughout the battle, because every time you do a special, the timer gets kind of increased every time. So managing that increase is not gonna be very difficult. Plus, we have an additional point here. Plus 40% attack per darkness stack upon deadly sin activation. So deadly sin is basically the super move. Super move is called deadly sin. So plus 40% attack per darkness stack upon deadly sin activation. So if this is also remaining for the entire duration of the battle, that means we are gonna get additional 200% attack per darkness, total 200% additional attack, not per darkness stack. So what you want to do is stack. So how will the gameplay look like? So what you want to do is stack the darkness entirely 5 times. You do special ability. Say it could be special ability 1, or it could be special ability 2, and you will obviously have Power Girl or Doctor Fate as support characters to reduce the power cost. So once you do 5 special abilities, immediately do the super move. So once you do that super move, you are gonna get 200% attack, because already you are stacked up to 5 darkness. So in total, you are getting 800% damage boost, 600% from the stack boost, and 200% from the darkness stack. So this is gonna be incredible, and this is I believe it's an OP thing. This is gonna change how the game works, how the game mechanics kind of work as well. So definitely a very interesting and a very powerful passive, I will say. And with the gameplay on, I would be liking to test it out definitely, because this is gonna be very 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 interesting. So with that being said, let's jump into the passive 2, Demonic Rage. Raven unleashes her demonic nature when her health drops too low. She absorbs all the darkness back from the active opponent, dealing damage to them and healing herself for each consumed stack. Alright, this looks to be some self-sabotage here. Because why would you want to absorb all the darkness back from the active opponent? That means you're gonna reduce the stack damage. Does it mean that all the 600% damage that you had stacked up because of using 5 specials, you're gonna take it back once your health decreases? Is what this means? I believe it means like that, and if that is the scenario, then we have a problem at our hands. Definitely we have a problem at our hands. So let's check what actually happens. Demonic Rage triggers at 30% of max health. That's fine. 100% of attack stat inflicted as damage, and 40% of max health healed. 100% of attack stat inflicted as damage is something very fishy. I'll say it's not exactly clear that what do they want out of this. Let me get back onto that. So the reason that I'm saying this 100% of attack stat inflicted as damage is kind of critical is, does it mean like you lose all the attack stat and then that gets inflicted all the boosts that you have encountered, the 800% boost because of the darkness stacking? This remains a question, and only once we are able to test it out in the game we can actually conclude on this. But this to me looks like self-sabotaging whatever she's trying to build on. But let's leave alone how this is working. Even if we leave alone how this is working, if at all we are using this character as a damage dealer, and not if at all, we will be using it as a damage dealer here. So what is going to happen is you're just going to tag in and tag out, and if you're having all blades, your health is going to go down 30 below 30%. The chances of your health going down below 30% is there, and as a result you might lose the stacks, like as it is being mentioned here. But if you're using the other artifacts, like in Dawn of Apocalypse, if you're using Father Box, or in, say, for example, Rise of Krypton, you have the Kryptonite artifacts, then this passive technically will not be triggered at all. And in that case, the self-sabotage scenario doesn't exist at all, because you're not gonna lose the stack, you're not gonna lose like any of the attacks as well. So definitely in those scenarios, the passive proof doesn't matter. And it's in that case, like, we will be having an interesting choice where we have all the attack stats, all the stacks of the darkness, and doing a lot of damage as well. So that concludes for a huge rant about the passive 2. Looks to me like a self-sabotage. We'll have to test it out in arena as well as raids. So passive 3, let's jump into that. Dark Energy. Using Dark Magic, Raven enhances a team's power generation buffs, enhances team power generation buffs by 100%. So this is very straightforward. Not much to delve deeper into. So like she will use like this passive, and it will help the entire team. So not only arcane characters, every character in the team. And power generation buff like Black Adam, I remember, increases the power generation. Other characters, like increasing power generation is not off the top of my head, but definitely if you guys think that other characters are there which also increases power generation, do let me know, because right now I'm not remembering them. So with that being said, let's jump into special 1. So special 1 is called Twilight's End. Raven unleashes wicked claw attacks onto her foe. 75% chance to seal zero point 0.5 power bars on successful basic attacks for 15 seconds. This is something very, very similar to what Nightwing does. So Nightwing actually, I believe, power drains, and Nightwing power drain is 100%, I think. It doesn't have a chance of like 75%. But what the steal here like indicates is you can actually use it on raid bosses. So in a way that is useful. So ideally, how do you want to build Raven? You want to build Raven as a hybrid build, not only maxed out attack, not only maxed out, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, but you also want to have some fast attack, I believe, because you also want to do some basic attack as well. But ideally, is that necessary? I don't feel it's necessary. You can also go out for a full-fledged, damage dealer build that could be useful as well. But we're going to see it once the character is actually released. And by the way, the character is going to be released tomorrow, which is 25th of March 2021. So we will be looking at the gameplay as well. So with that being said, let's jump into the special ability 2, which is Dark Half. Raven hits her enemy with supernatural energies and sends a demonic minion for a devastating blow. Automatically perform crit hits against opponents affected by darkness. So this guarantees crit hit. Interesting. You know why this is interesting? I want to check it out whether this particular thing works against Superman, against against Batman in Rise of Krypton, and against Superman. I think this will work. The reason why I'm saying this, it will work definitely against Superman, is because against Superman, Superman has critical attack resist, not critical attack immune. So there is a difference here. But Batman is critical attack immune. So I want to see it if this particular special ability overpowers Batman's special ability, overpowers Batman passive rather, not special ability. So this will be something interesting to see and test it out in Rise of Krypton Solar Rays while facing boss Superman. Alright, with that being said, let's jump into the special ability 3 here, which is Phantom Cloak. And Phantom Cloak is dark magic, twists and rapes apart the very soul of Raven's enemy. 100% chance to apply illusion on Raven for 20 seconds. What does this illusion mean? It means it's gonna neglect a special ability of the opponent. And this will be very interesting, because in this way, if you're using a special ability 3, you are actually gonna end up able to do more combos with Raven herself. So that is why I was like highlighting even you can have fast attack on Raven, because Raven will be the combo builder as well as the damage dealer, because she can power steal with special ability 1, and once she's power steals with special ability 1, she's gonna have enough amount of power to do special ability 3. And once she does special ability 3, then she can ignore opponent's special ability, and as a result, the special ability 1 and special ability 3 will be kind of working in sync to keep generating power for like Raven to do her special ability 3, as well as like not give the opponent enough chance to have a lot of special abilities being done. So I personally feel that this is a very good character, and this is definitely an OP character and is gonna do a lot of damage in raids. So we'll have to test it out how it works. The only thing I'm skeptical about, and like I believe is a self-sabotage thing, is this passive 2. But without that passive 2, I think this is definitely an OP character. So I feel it will be an interesting thing to see how Raven does in the gameplay, and the super move is just an addition of the super move, nothing, no special properties with the super move, but we will be having a lot of fun with Raven. So I wish it's more accessible to the players, but I think it will be just a, like a futile valiant wish, or I don't know how to put it. Even I think I'm using the wrong words, but definitely it will be fun to play with, is what I can assume. So, with that being said, this concludes for this video of an overall analysis of what to expect while Raven is released. And finally, this is your boy, the HBHQ over here, signing off. You guys take care. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.